Yo, Nikhil. You are first. You are a winner today. Okay, Nikhil. Don't feel like smiling today. Do you feel like smiling all the time? Do you think it's how it should be? Right now, just answering comments. Just started live stream. Not talking anything much right now. Hello. I don't know, Nikhil. Maybe. No one knows. Smart guy, these live streams are about self-inquiry, self-knowing. Don't worry, Nikhil. First minutes of live stream are always calm in terms of chatter energy level. You just rarely come so early. Hello. Greetings, human beings. You will live. Do what you gotta do. Hello, Raj. Cheers, cheers. There is never turning back. I am from Latvia. How to increase energy and balance chakra? Sorry, I don't know why I'm not laughing about that. Why you need to increase energy? What do you mean by increasing energy? Like physical energy, or you want to reach some spiritual experiences? Raj, I just shaved my beard 2 days ago. Arit Gupta, I don't know what you understand by spiritual consciousness, but maybe. I mean, there are different kinds of words that describes being, oneness, awakening, and so on. Hello, Pier Paolo. Pierre. Pierre, from which part of Italy you are? I don't know about many worlds. I know about this moment. Different worlds, that's for mind fantasies. This moment is beyond mind fantasies. Identities are part of truth. Everything that moves in this moment Everything that happens in this moment is not separate from truth. Also, identities. Ink droplets, please talk in English. Identity are not part of truth? Are you sure? Without identity, you cannot find truth. I don't worship. Ink droplets, yes you can. But you may think what you want. I mean, so what you're saying is that all the enlightened persons in world's history who didn't know Sanskrit, they are some fake persons. No, no. This channel is not about God and Son and Father and Holy Spirit, because I'm not a religious person. I'm not against religions. I'm just into common sense, direct seeing. Thank you, Cosmic. Khalidite, with you're saying with identity, one can never realize truth. Wow, this is, well, this will upset only you, because your identity will always be there. Want it or not. In droplets, enlightenment was happening with people far before there were books. You know what requires awakening, realization, enlightenment? What is required for these to happen? Your body and your mind, that's all. Meaning of vibe? Meaning of vibe, I don't know. It's just vibe. Hello, hello, Arjun. Car for an edit? Toyota. Khalid. So you ask, the mind belongs to you. How does the answer, any answer to this question, would help you in self-inquiry, in your self-inquiry? Hello, hello, Narayan. Yes, I am married. Khalid, you and me both are same happening in this moment. But of course you have your own body and mind as well. To many questions, answer is yes and no. What's up, what's up? Yo, greetings to Sweden. Almost my neighbor country. Actually, it is my neighbor country, just over the sea. Here everything is frozen as well. Khalid, there is me, there is we, there is identity. They are happenings. No need to say that they are not existing, because they are. They are movements, and they happen because there is something constant. That's the only way how movements can happen. But both movements and something constant are one. This is called non-duality. Yo, no one. Nikhil, don't worry. Of course, many people are weird, but that's okay. Actually, I even don't know what normal people is. Do they exist? That's the beauty of life. Everyone is different. Everything is changing. Okay, big cat. I see that you're a cat. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, observer. Good evening and good night. That's funny that you call me a boy. No, Nikhil, I won't. I'm just not into that. Yes, almost everyone sees me 10 times younger without beard. Not 10 times, 10 years younger when I am shaved. No, I actually don't know how to play any music instrument, but I make music with computer. Loreda, this is really, that's not needed to spam religious messages. On Crete plus 16. Man, here it's minus 10. Thank you, Ben is my name. I hope you are into self-inquiry or maybe enlightened, because for now nothing more much happens in this channel than these kind of talks. So better unsubscribe if you're not interested. No, I don't follow Guru. But I had a Guru. My Guru was inner silence. Nope, I don't do yoga, but I do athletics. Real big cat. Do I still have a Guru? That's actually the answer to this question is, like to many questions, yes and no, because I don't need Guru, but Guru is there. Guru never leaves. Sorry, Avanti sorry, Avanti Kavasti, that you used your all brain cells to write a question and I ignored it. Maybe I didn't see it, just copy it and paste one more time. Yes, observer, all the physical gurus, the persons you know, they all lead to one guru. They all come down to one guru. That guru actually is this moment. This is the same guru for everyone. Just this moment. But you won't see what is this moment until you are strongly identified with beliefs about this moment. It's like you are dreaming with eyes open, not seeing what actually is. Yet what is very simple. Anyways, I was saying, you are from Mars. How is the? You're not from Mars. Don't worry, Avanti Kavasti. It's also a challenge for my brain to talk in English. Yo, Sunny, thank you. Soma, my name is Chris. Interesting. Swedish woman living on Crete. It's drastical weather change. I guess you didn't like the cold weather in Sweden. Avanti, I'm from Latvia. Abral is saying, I think we should self-acquire and self-enlight. Well, that's possible. But actually, unconsciously, you will always use help of others. Everything is coexisting. And even the one who self-enlights actually doesn't do that alone. Yes, Nikhil, we have alien in our stream. A66, if you ask about governments, are you from government? If this question is in your interest. Peace observer. Peace Somu. Whoa, okay. Frodo, this is something new actually. You are first one. How can ordinary mind go and remain that which is higher? There is no, in that terms, higher or lower. Sunny, you know what is just needed for you to see that all thoughts are passing by your mind in the same way. All emotions are appearing and disappearing in the same way. This kind of seeing, clear seeing, is not something higher. But okay, I guess you just use word higher just for describing, I guess. How can ordinary mind overcome the mind? But actually, you don't have to overcome the mind. You only have to see what is ego, what is fake, personal self. Mind is not a problem. See, what's the thing? I will tell to all of you what is the big thing, the big deal. After that, I will read messages. But listen, how is that possible that your digestion system works perfectly, that you eat something and your your stomach, your all organs does with food what is needed? Do you feel like participating in this happening? Of course, no. And the big thing is that your mind, with all the thoughts and emotions, works in the same way like your body. Everyone can see that these internal body happenings happens on their own, but you have to understand that your mind, your brain, is also in your body. So mind is also just a happening. You don't have to worry about emotions that comes in you. Many people want from enlightenment and awakening some drastic change. in their mind, in what they think and what they feel. There are things that change, but actually it's all about perception. Where is your perception point? Is it in some self-made inner center? Or is this perception point completely dissolved? Big Cat, what is you? Can you find out? Is there a you? No, I'm not atheist. I do not need to believe in God. That doesn't mean God don't exist. Fate? There is just no need to believe or disbelieve in fate. This personal self in you, this illusionary separate self, it wants to believe lots of stuff because it wouldn't have control over you without beliefs. When your mind becomes centerless, when your vision, seeing becomes centerless, there is no need for beliefs. They can happen, but there is really no deep need for beliefs. Anointed cherub, no, that is not how I mean that. If you don't if you would see that there is no need to believe in God, that is because existence is real. This moment is only reality. God cannot exist outside this moment. I'm telling you, greatest possible seeing is when you see how everything is changing, and that's all. In this moment. Even all your beliefs about God. God, presence, awareness, yes, Sunny, they are the same. They are just some words who tries to describe what is real, what exists. Your new name. Yes, that's right, Nikhil. Find out who is the self. Is there self? Well, yes, you can say, find yourself. Then you will find God for real. Find yourself. Then you will know God. Sunny, don't worry about that. Mind, nothing what happens is wrong, even if something is being destroyed. Destruction is allowed to happen. God allows destruction to happen. God is destruction in the same way as creativity, creating, not creativity. God is definitely bigger than ego. Ego will never accept that destruction is the same as creating. Ego always wants the God to be all the good. In ego's terminology, good. Because ego is full of fear. It's full of fear because it's not real. It needs to fake out its realness in you. Yes, find yourself without yourself. But actually, you know how it works. You have to find yourself with yourself, and then you see that there is no yourself. How to find yourself? There are many ways. One way, you can do completely nothing and live life. Either way, life teaches everyone. Every single moment actually teaches the self. That's one way. Another way, meditate. For someone, maybe it's better to live near nature, peace of nature. For someone, his way may be running each day 20 kilometers because it makes you to not take your thoughts seriously. Everything that cracks your ego, everything that makes you suffer actually leads you closer to the self. Because when people suffer, deeply suffer, they intuitively want to let go this suffering. If you can let go some very deep and strong suffering, you will intuitively learn to let go as well other emotions, not only the strongest one, once. Should we then let all random thoughts destroy us? Random thoughts does not destroy you, Sunny. You are fooling yourself if you think that you have to choose what kind of thoughts are allowed in you. That would be the same way if you wanted to choose what clouds in sky may pass by you and what are not allowed to pass by you. It's same like you want to see only the white clouds but don't want to see the black clouds. It does not matter because they both are just clouds moving by, passing by. Which is better, vegetarian or not vegetarian? Completely the same. But I mean, nutrition, the right nutrition is needed. Study a little bit nutrition. You need to take protein, healthy fat, and carbs. Some are healthier, some are less healthy. That's right, Timothy. Gerard Timothy. No, Sunny. Enlightenment that has nothing to do with vegetarian or non-vegetarian. Enlightenment is natural state of human being. How could someone who lives somewhere in complete north, where it's only snow, how would that human being survive? He would hunt. Does this fact make him worse than others? Of course, no. Animals doesn't have human mind. They don't see themselves as separate beings with inner center. Of course they feel suffering if they are being killed, but that is part of life. A66. Grammatical mistakes is really not important here. Are you an English teacher? I'm just happy out of fact that there is also people who do understand completely what I say without perfect English. New name. Do you know that you shouldn't suppress in you nothing? Being mad doesn't create ego. Thinking that being mad, I'm not talking about me right now, but just in general, being mad doesn't create ego, but if you suppress madness in you, that creates ego. Funny thing. Yes, I am Sir Isaac Newton. Abral, ego will never leave any of you. There is no such thing as ego death. Each one's personality will be different no matter what. Each one will have his or her own past no matter what. Conditioning, separate conditioning, and so on. The one who watches, is that not ego itself? What do you understand by watches? By watching? You know how you can know that something is not just your ego? No one. You can know that when you cannot find anymore someone in you who is watching. If you cannot find the one who is watching, then you have found no ego. Sorry, I will use bathroom quickly. Yo, yo, yo. The best way how you can find out what is ego is to meditate. If someone is struggling in you to don't do nothing, to just sit peacefully, and someone in you mentally drags you out, drags you in thought stream, dreaming with open eyes, then that is this belief in separate self, in ego. But again, ego is not, okay, I have said this before and I will say again, there are two types of egos. One before you fully awaken, and ego after you fully awaken. Shachmir, eternity is neither curse or blessing. This moment is eternal. It just is. Just isness. Sunny, what do you mean you did meditation and nothing happened? What should happen after meditation? Your new name. If someone waits for some change after meditation, who can it be in you? If there is belief in separate inner center, separate self, that waits for some result, you see how this alone creates you and something else, result and someone who waits for this result. This separateness is ego. This is just, actually, there is just belief in separateness. This is the thing. Ego is a blind belief. Because in reality, result you wait after meditation is same object as the one who waits for a result. Sunny, when you do meditation, what happens in this meditation? How do you describe meditation when it happens? That you say everything is good while you meditate, and after that everything is back to normal. Then what happens with you when you meditate, Sunny? Delhi, Sunny is completely not asking useless questions. Sunny is actually asking the right questions for this community. There are lots of other useless questions, but honestly not Sunny's questions. A66 questions are useless when he types use words properly in the right places. Hello, hello. Everything you are proud of also is the feeling of separate self. It's also, proudness is also ego. Proudness will be there always as movement. But I clearly see who believes that they are separate self just based on what they type. I hope you see as well what is consciousness? I would say consciousness are just those moments when you consciously perceive. Unconsciousness would be if you notice later that you was unconscious. Abral, at this point there is no noise, so I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's the stick. Your body and your mind dies. Existence stays unbothered. Your personality dies. Sunny, life is all about cycles. But I must admit that there are no problems. This is just a mental thing. If you see problems, or do you see solutions? I don't see problems at all. I see only solutions. You many know We are not studying here. Abral, this comes down to good old personal self, good old ego, the one who thinks in you that he is separate. For ego, death is something awful. You will not know when you are buried, don't worry. Why are you talking today about some age in chat? Age really doesn't matter. Well, if someone is a child, then it matters. But like age after 16, it really depends on how capable your mind is, how strong your intellect is, and things like that. How much learning you had. New name, your consciousness does not stay. Everything that comes and goes does not stay. You know that there are moments in your life when you are conscious and moments when you are not conscious. Awareness is greater than consciousness. Being is greater than consciousness. Both consciousness and unconsciousness happens in being. Everything that is a movement that comes and goes is not the baseline. It's not the unchanging, unbreakable. New name, that's not silly question. That is not a silly question. Don't worry about that. A book, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. But either way, each one of you would understand this book differently. How you understand what's the main message of book depends on how deeply you are into believing in ego. how many layers, active layers are there in your mind, active layers of ego. You can read also Sri Raman Maharishi books, but I know only one book from him. I don't know how it's called. It's a small book. McLaren fan. Neither. We are just happening. We are being dreamed by one dreamer. Delhi, don't worry. If someone in chat is depressed, it does not matter. Does that make someone weaker, do you think? Someone is depressed, someone is addicted. Delhi. Someone is just frustrated. What kind of feelings are happening through one's body? It varies, and it doesn't matter. Because everyone lives different life, has different opportunities. Enlightenment is not for those who are never experienced depression. McLaren, NPC, well, it's pretty close. But if you can see this clearly, there is such a great freedom in that. There is such a great peace in that. If you can see that you are just NPC, there is a difference between believing that you are NPC or seeing. Believing, like knowing some information, is completely different than experiencing. You probably know that. Yes, Homo Bedits, fear makes us a slave. Slave to ourselves, slave to our minds. Seeing through fear is freedom. It does not mean that fear stops to exist. But when you see through fear, you see through ego. That's how you become free. McLaren fan. I don't follow ideology or religion or modern philosophy. This is just common sense. I followed inner silence. I followed the silence, the emptiness in mind. I followed it until there was no one left who follows it. No one, yes and no. When you are awakened, you still continue to function as NPC. But there is just no real belief anymore to some separate self. It's like living out of your mind. Yet, of course, you live in your mind. But awakening is stepping out of everything, that you can believe in. You step out of everything. And what is left is clear seeing, clear moment. You become timeless. You step out of time. You still see how time happens, but you no longer take personal part in it. When the purpose of meditation is to realize that which is here, I think then why waste so much time? Why not to be here? Sunny, it depends on you. Are you able to see clearly right away through your mind, or you need meditation for that? But that's the thing. There comes a moment when meditation is not needed. That is the thing. But meditation is a doorway. Like practice. My height is 6'1". Are we all in the same dream? Or am I just creation of your dream? We all are the same dream, don't worry about that. And we are being dreamed by the same dreamer. You will see it if you will come to this moment. If you will step out of time in you, you will see it. Daily, I am not answering only Sunny's questions, but Sunny's questions are very deep. Yes, new name, I am 6'1". In region where I live, 6'1" is somewhere in between. It's not short and it's not tall. No, McLaren, I am not alone in this. McLaren, I have influence from Sri Ramana Maharishi, Moji, Eckhart Tolle, Osho. These guys led me to inner silence, and after that, my only guru was inner silence. This is what I call common sense. No, Nikhil, I am 1 meter 4 or 83. Okay, first about age, now about height. Every height is good. Come on. It does not matter how tall you are, or short, or man or woman, and so on. Homo edits about strength. I guess you're talking about inner strength. And yes, completely. Inner strength can matter a lot if you want to find out who you are, because lots of ego storms will come, lots of identifications will appear in you, will test you if you have still belief in them. So the one who has gotten through more suffering in life probably will have more inner strength. But it's just a small benefit. Top notch, the time is 1 a.m. Yes, McLaren, everyone can wake up in one moment, and one little thing can trigger that. What does waking up mean? It means when you see that you are not your thoughts, emotions, feelings, your body, your life. Now wait. Yes, Aditya. How long have I been practicing meditation? 16 years. Okay, new name. You can beat me in running race. I am better jumper than runner. You finally got inner peace after meditating in cave for a whole decade. Okay, that's interesting. No, Sunny, it does not matter where you do meditation, but outer calmness, outer peace helps. Meditation in crowded place would not be as deep. Abral, when I will start to make satsang meeting rooms, we can meditate together. McLaren fan. I wouldn't say that I am spiritual teacher, but I know that my perception is different. Nikhil, someone also said Frodo today. Okay, new name, you can say that. In my athletics peak, I jumped triple jump about 15 meters. If you can jump further, then you can overjump me. Now probably I could jump somewhere 14 meters. Nikhil, yes, you would beat us in arm wrestling for sure. Ego kills, hurts, and ends the most you own. It is your own destruction. Never love your ego more than yourself. This is the key. Love your ego. Learn to accept your ego fully. Only this is how you stop to fight with ego, using your ego. When you accept ego fully, complete acceptance is love. Universal love. Complete openness and acceptance. While you don't accept your ego, you will fight your ego with ego. This is very tricky, but that's how it is. New name 15. No one has jumped triple jump 50 meters. 15. World record is 18. New name, you do athletics, or you just believe in yourself. Are we immortal, or this world started when you opened your eyes? For you as individual, this world started when you opened your eyes, but this world was there before. Existence was before you here already, you as individual. Existence never dies. McLaren, you as body and mind, you are not immortal. You as conscious being, you are not immortal. When you see yourself only just as small fragmented you, then you are not immortal. When you see what is this moment, what is the role of your mind in this moment, role of your body, role of your life, you will see what immortality is. Hey Jackie, I don't know Tanish. Okay, I will end the stream in 5 minutes. I was talking with my wife. She's going to sleep. Joy is the core emotion. The thing is that this is your belief. Core, there is no core emotion. Emotion cannot be core. Feeling cannot be core. Core is what is needed for emotions and feelings to appear, to move, to come and go. Okayness with everything, acceptance, complete acceptance. Those are more like core, I would say core shadows, but not the core itself. Abral, I come live at 11 p.m. Latvia time. I don't know from where are you from, Abral? No, my wife does not meditate. My age is 34. Jackie Williams, things are very simple. Things are not simple to your mind. Ego is what makes things complicated. But beauty of life is that it's actually very simple. That is how effortless living is possible. That is how inner peace and freedom is possible. Because life is really not that hard, nor not that complex. No, Tanish, my wife is not like that. Yes, Jackie, of course I feel joy. But feeling joy all the time, that is not natural. Someone will always feel more joy than others. It depends on your nervous system, how well fed your body is, how well rested your mind is. Joy is not about enlightenment. There are lots of spiritual myths, I don't know what's that called, myth, I don't know what's the word, spiritual fake beliefs about awakening, enlightenment and so on. I don't know, McLaren, how I talk with all the people, but I'm quite sure that I talk in different ways because not everyone is there to talk with about deep stuff. Friends are there to fool around. And so on. I'm saying you will never become personality-less. There is no state where all personalities become the same. Okay, new name. Outside view for you. Then I'm ending the stream today. It's really late already. Snow is okay. Snow is snow. Bye, Sunny. Okay, peace out, everyone. Nice to see you, Jackie, as well. That's okay if you just joined. Okay, McLaren. 3, 2, 1, peace. Take care.